Good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here with your weekly weather update. We have made it through the weekend. We have started off this work week, and it is starting off very much on the hot side. We have an excessive heat warning in place for many spots here as we start off this Monday. Moving into this afternoon, we may end up seeing a few isolated showers and storms, but what you're seeing on satellite and radar there kind of shows where more of the rain is going to be today. That's going to be just north of our region, up into portions of Tennessee, North Carolina, then into Kentucky and Virginia. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with right now and what we dealt with this morning. Taking a look out towards the airport. We didn't have anything in the way of any big slowdowns out there to start off the day, but those who are working at the airport today, give them some love because you see out there, it's hot. Right now, temperatures in the mid-90s, heat index in the triple digits, and you know that they're out there working on those runways, making sure everything moves smoothly out there. So I hope they're taking breaks and staying hydrated for today. Looking out towards the King and Queen Towers, we are starting to see a few more clouds start to pop up here and there. It is a beautiful day out there, just hot. You see that out towards Blue Ridge as well. Seeing a lot of sunshine down on the town green there. Everything moving smoothly there. And then you look out towards Athens, a beautiful shot there. And then out at the airport again, everything moving smoothly. The temperatures have been hot here as we've headed throughout the last really 30 days. You see that we only had a few days there where temperatures were either at or below average. You see that we had 88 for the high there just a few days ago. Then we hit 89 and 87. And that was the longest stretch of temperatures only in the 80s for highs since June 22nd through 24th. So that lets you know we have been staying really hot with temperatures in the 90s plus most days here as we've headed throughout the last 30 to 60 days. And we need a nice cool down. Well, that's going to come in a couple of days. But for today, still an excessive heat warning in place. You see that we have all these counties shaded in pink here, the ones that are under that excessive heat warning, which means heat index values could rise all the way up to 110. Now, that's not the actual air temperature. That's what it feels like outside. And it feels hotter because of the dew point. Dew points are in the mid-70s, and when you're that high on the dew point, it means that it is very humid and uncomfortable outside. Those counties shaded in orange, not an excessive heat warning, but a heat advisory. It means that it could feel like up to 105 outside, heat index of 105, which is a dangerous heat. Make sure that you're limiting that time in the outdoor heat, staying safe as possible, drinking plenty of water, and again, taking plenty of breaks if you're going to be working outside today. 95 right now in Atlanta. We're at 93 in Thomaston, 85 in Blairsville. Now that is as of 2:33 in the afternoon on Monday. I know some people will be watching these updates a little bit later on in the week. We're going to be talking about the 7-day forecast here in just a moment, which actually has a nice cool down, and then also a talk about what the weekend's showing. So we're going to be talking about that in just a moment, but we want to talk really quick about what's happening right now. So everybody who is watching live can get an update on what the forecast is for today as well. Looking at the heat index value, this is how it feels outside. So not the actual air temperature. It feels like 108 in Atlanta right now, 107 in Duluth, 102 in Marietta, 104 in Peachtree City, and the temperature is still rising. So right now we have a ridge that's kind of scooted over to the east a little bit, keeping us warm. But look at what happens here for Wednesday. We're going to start to see a little bit of a trough set up over the United States, and look at where the winds are coming from. That's the key. The winds are coming from the north as we head throughout the day there on Wednesday and into Thursday, and that's going to be because that cold front is going to sweep through with the upper level pattern showing some cooler air heading down our direction. But by the time we head into the weekend, a ridge of high pressure scoots back our way, and we'll start to see those temperatures go up again. Out on the radar, some storms just popping up right now over far northwest Georgia. These storms are getting going pretty fast here. Now, we do have a chance for a few strong storms today. We're going to be talking more about that in just a second. But a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain in some of those storms. A wider look across the southeast, again, showing that a majority of the storms have been off toward north. But now we're starting to see some of them pop over us. Now, with the chance of strong storms for today, make sure you have the 11 Alive app. It can be great to have whenever you're on the go, especially whenever you have any plans like over the weekend. I know a lot of people were impacted by the rain over the weekend. When you have the 11 Alive app, you can look at the radar while you're on the go, right there at the top of the screen. You can explore the radar map, check out the hourly forecast, which that is the real hourly forecast for today. Notice that there's a chance for a few thunderstorms out there, especially for the middle to latter part of the afternoon, and then it will be drier again overnight. And then this is a great tool here too. Whenever we have storms, and let's say you lose power, as long as you have cell service, you can still watch the newscast right there from your phone. Again, a great tool to have. And also, make sure that you download the Roku and Fire TV apps. The 11 Alive Plus app is great for the extra news information that you may be looking for. You know, sometimes we can't put out an entire news story on TV just because we have a limited amount of time. But there on the 11 Alive Plus app, sometimes you can get more long-form stories and long-form weather updates like the one you're watching right now. So let's talk a little bit about the chance for strong storms today. The highest chance for severe weather is going to be into far northwest Georgia and stretching into Tennessee, well off towards the northeast there too for Virginia, West Virginia, eastern Kentucky. That's a level 2 out of 5. We have a level 1 out of 5 risk for some areas here in North Georgia, which is a marginal risk. And what that means is there may be an isolated storm or two that could become strong to severe, with damaging wind being the main threat. Forecast track picks up on some of these storms forming this afternoon. Now, I think we see even a little bit more coverage than what forecast track is showing here by 5 p.m. Temperatures in the 90s. You see a few of these isolated showers and storms. Again, some of these could be producing a lot of thunder and lightning, a lot of heavy rain, and then also the possibility for damaging wind. Something to keep a close eye on for this afternoon. For tonight, temperatures drop down to the 70s. This is by 6:30 a.m. on Tuesday. Temperatures starting in the 70s, and then we head into the afternoon, and you're starting to see a lot more shower and thunderstorm activity moving through. That's going to be from the cold front. Look at where the winds are out of as we head through the 5:30 time frame. Winds start to come out of more the northwest, and with that being said, that means the cold front has passed, and we will get some cooler conditions in. Look at what the temperatures could be for Wednesday morning. Starting off the day, we may have 50s up there towards Blairsville. Everybody else pretty much going to be in the 60s, but it is going to be less humid and a lot more comfortable, and our afternoon highs will be lower, our overnight lows will be lower. It is going to feel a lot better, and we're going to get a break from the rain. So for those who may have to get some outdoor work done, maybe you have to pour some concrete, maybe you have to work on the yard, you're going to get an opportunity for that here for the latter part of the week. Rain chances go down to 0 there by Wednesday. Again, Tuesday we have the cold front moving through, so they'll be up a little bit. After the cold front moves through, we will have the temperatures fall back down to 88 for the high on Wednesday. And you may be saying, well, that's just a degree below the average, Andrew. Well, the catch is it is going to be less humid. That's what you're going to really notice. Dew points dropping from the 70s, like what we have today, and again for tomorrow, down to the 50s, which is going to be really comfortable. It's still going to be hot, but it's going to be more of a manageable heat as we head throughout the middle to the end of the week. By the weekend, though, we talked about it earlier, that ridge scoots back over us, it gets hot again, and then you also see the dew points are going to rise and it will get humid again. Taking a look at the amount of rainfall we could see over the next 7 days, the majority of this is going to fall over the next 24 hours. Seeing anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch, maybe up to 1/2 of an inch for some spots here across North Georgia. Of course, anyone who gets a localized heavy shower of them, you may see a little bit of higher totals. But overall, we'll get about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch over the next 7 days, with the majority of that happening over the next 24 hours. Current drought monitor still shows some abnormally dry conditions out there. Not everybody's struggling with rainfall, but there are some spots that are a little bit drier than others. Taking a look at the month-to-date rain, the last few days have really helped us out here in Atlanta. We are ahead for the month, but we're still behind for the year. Atlanta's rainfall, 30.26 inches. You see that we're behind by about 2 inches for our normal year to date, so we still need some more rainfall to catch up. And that's not all of Atlanta. Honestly, if you're on the northeast side, you're doing pretty fine right now. But down by the airport, they have had some drier conditions. They haven't had as much of that rain. Some of these showers and storm complexes that we've had more recently, they've kind of missed that rain gauge down by the airport. Up in Covington, just ahead on rainfall for the year. Athens is doing great. They're 10 inches ahead, or they really don't need much rainfall right now over towards Athens. And Rome, up in Floyd County, they're not hurting either. About more than 9 inches ahead for this time of the year. So looking at the tropics, we still have hurricane season going on in the Atlantic. We have a low chance for tropical development across the Atlantic over near the coast of Africa and the Cape Verde Islands. You see just next to it, there's another spot that has a low chance for tropical development. Neither of those are threatening us right now, but we'll keep you updated on it. Emily would be the next name on the list if either of those systems manage to form into anything, a tropical storm or stronger, that is. We did get the latest forecast from NOAA for the 2023 season just last week. And you see that 14 named storms is the average. The forecast that came out on August 10th is still calling for 14 to 21 named storms. And then 6 to 11 hurricanes. 6 to 11 of those named storms will become hurricanes. 2 to 5 of those storms could be major Cat 3 or stronger. So it's been quiet out there, but still we haven't hit the more active part of the season yet. Typically that's the last 2 weeks of August, first 2 weeks of September. September 10th is climatologically the peak of hurricane season, and then but November 30th the season comes to an end. We'll keep you updated throughout it. Here's your 7-day forecast showing us that we are going to be dealing with some hot conditions here for tomorrow. 92 degrees there for the high, 40% chance for scattered showers and storms. Chesley was in this morning. He chose Wednesday as his pick of the week because it's going to be beautiful. Lower humidity, cool morning, temperatures in the 80s for highs in the afternoon. It is going to be a great day. If you had a day that you were able to take off from work this week, choose Wednesday. It's going to be great. Thursday is also going to be fairly nice, but temperatures will go back up a little bit more. A lot of sunshine out there, 91, 93 by Friday, and then it's hot and humid again by the time we get to the weekend, but at least the rain chances will be down. Mid-90s for highs there. The 8 to 14-day outlook, looking beyond the 7-day forecast now, still showing that we're going to be having this big heat impacting us. We talked about that ridge scooting off to the east. It's going to hang out here, meaning mid-90s for highs. That's going to be where we'll be sitting at as we head into the end of the month of August. That big heat not going anywhere anytime soon. And unfortunately, it's also looking like we'll be drier. Now, when we get that ridge over us, typically that also means that we have drier conditions. And that's what it's looking like there as we head into the end of August. Quick look at your weekend getaways. It is looking like a great weekend to take a trip, maybe down towards Destin. A lot of sunshine there. Gatlinburg, go do some hiking. Drink plenty of water, though, because it will still be hot. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for highs there. And then Charleston, go out there and just explore the beautiful town they have. Savannah as well. Some great exploring that can be done there, and just make sure that you're staying hydrated with those temperatures in the 90s for highs. Heat index values down there. Both those locations probably going to be closer into the upper 90s and triple digits. Lake Lanier also looking like a great spot for this weekend. Your Peach State outlook also looking great over the next 3 days. If you're traveling across the state of Georgia, should be great by the time we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Notice that they could be dealing with some storms down towards the Savannah area, though. And then finally, your Georgia State Park forecast. If you're headed out to do any hiking, waterfall hikes should be great right now thanks to all the rain we've had recently. Be careful if you're going to be heading out tomorrow, though, because we do have the cold front going through, so you may end up encountering a few storms. Having that 11 Alive app gives you the live look at the radar when you're on the go. Make sure you're staying hydrated out there. So I'm going to bring back up the 7-day forecast. Again, we do have the chance for some storms today. We have another chance for storms tomorrow. We're going to have the cold front come through, and then it's going to be nice for Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, things start to get hot again. It's still going to be fairly nice out there, though. And then temperatures get back into the mid-90s for highs Saturday and Sunday, and the humidity is going to make a big return there for the weekend as well. So don't forget that we can give you updates all throughout the day, not just on 11 Alive, but also on 11alive.com and also on the 11 Alive Plus app. Make sure that you download all those. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb gives updates every evening. He is out of town right now. Don't worry. He'll be back by the end of the week. And then Meteorologist Nicole Hartford, Meteorologist Melissa Nord, and myself are in, helping fill in. And then, of course, Chesley McNeil. Meteorologist Chesley McNeil is on every morning. Be sure to tune into his forecast. We'll keep you updated anytime, any day, anytime in between, right here at 11 Alive.